What if I told you that your lack of focus isn't because you're lazy? It's not because you're unmotivated. And it's definitely not because you're incapable of doing deep work. Instead, there's one habit that most people repeat dozens, sometimes hundreds, of times every single day. A habit so normal that it feels harmless. Yet it's quietly training your brain to become distracted, impatient, and unable to concentrate. And the worst part? You're probably doing it right now, or did it just a few minutes ago. Today, we're going to uncover the one habit that is destroying your focus daily, why it rewires your brain against concentration, and how to break free from it. Because once you understand this, you'll never look at your attention the same way again. Section 1. The habit. The habit is simple. Constantly checking your phone. Not using your phone, checking it. There's a difference. Maybe you're working on something important. Then suddenly you pick up your phone. No reason. No notification. Just a quick check. A few seconds become a few minutes. You scroll, you swipe, you consume. Then you put the phone down and return to your task. Seems harmless, right? But here's what's actually happening. Every time you interrupt yourself, you're teaching your brain that focus isn't important. You're reinforcing the idea that any moment of boredom, difficulty, or silence should immediately be escaped. And over time, your brain learns a dangerous lesson. Whenever work gets uncomfortable, look for stimulation. That stimulation is often your phone. Section 2. Why your brain loves it. Your brain is designed to seek rewards. Thousands of years ago, this helped humans survive. Finding food, discovering resources, exploring new environments. All of these activities triggered reward systems in the brain. Today, social media apps exploit that same system. Every refresh could reveal something new. A message. A like. A video. A meme. A piece of news. Your brain doesn't know what it's going to get, and that's exactly why it keeps checking. Psychologists call this variable reward. It's the same principle that makes slot machines addictive. Sometimes you get something interesting, sometimes you don't. But because the reward is unpredictable, your brain keeps coming back. Again, and again, and again. The result? Your attention becomes conditioned to expect constant novelty. And when you sit down to do something important, like studying, reading, writing, or working, your brain suddenly finds it boring. Not because the task is boring, but because it can't compete with the endless stream of stimulation you've trained yourself to expect. Section 3. The hidden cost of distraction. Most people think distraction only costs a few seconds. That's a huge mistake. Imagine you're deeply focused on a task. Then you check your phone for just 20 seconds. When you come back, your brain doesn't instantly return to full concentration. Part of your attention remains attached to what you just saw. Maybe it's a message, a video, a headline, a notification. Your mind keeps processing it in the background. Researchers often call this attention residue. Part of your focus stays behind. And because of this, your performance drops. You make more mistakes. You work slower. You feel mentally exhausted. Not because you're doing more work, but because your brain is constantly switching contexts. Think about it like driving a car. Every time you stop and restart, you waste energy. The same thing happens with your attention. Frequent interruptions prevent your brain from reaching a deep state of focus. And deep focus is where your best thinking happens. Section 4. Why it's getting worse. Here's something most people don't realize. The problem isn't just technology. The problem is that we've become uncomfortable with stillness. Waiting in line. Phone. Sitting alone. Phone. 5 seconds of silence. Phone. We have removed almost every moment of boredom from our lives. But boredom serves a purpose. It's the space where creativity emerges. It's the pause where reflection happens. It's where your brain learns to stay with a thought long enough to develop it. When you eliminate boredom, you weaken your ability to concentrate. You become dependent on stimulation. And eventually, normal life starts feeling too slow. A book feels difficult. Studying feels painful. Work feels impossible. Not because you've become less intelligent, because you've trained your brain to expect entertainment every few seconds. Section 5. How to reverse the damage. The good news, your focus can recover. And it starts with a simple rule. Stop checking your phone every time you feel the urge. Notice the urge, but don't immediately act on it. Let it pass. At first, it will feel uncomfortable. That's normal. Your brain is used to instant stimulation. But every time you resist, you're strengthening your attention. Here's a practical strategy. When working, place your phone out of reach. Not beside you, not face down. Out of reach, create periods of uninterrupted focus. Start with just 25 minutes. No notifications. No checking. No scrolling. Just one task. Then take a short break. Repeat. Another powerful habit is allowing yourself to be bored. Walk without your phone. Sit quietly for a few minutes. Wait without opening an app. These small moments retrain your brain to tolerate stillness. And the more comfortable you become with stillness, the stronger your focus becomes. If your focus feels weaker than it used to be, don't assume something is wrong with you. Your brain is simply adapting to the habits you've repeated. And one of the most damaging habits is constantly checking your phone. Every check teaches your brain to seek distraction. Every moment of resistance teaches it to focus. The choice is happening dozens of times every day. So here's a challenge. For the next 24 hours, pay attention to how often you reach for your phone without a real reason. Just notice it, because awareness is the first step to change. And once you stop feeding distraction, you'll be surprised by how much focus was inside you all along. If you found this video helpful, make sure to like, subscribe, and share it with someone who struggles to stay focused. And remember, your attention is one of your most valuable assets. Protect it, because whatever gets your attention gets your life.